and then bah, bah, 2 strikes in the face. My God, I'm going to get this girl. And she side kicks him back in his seat. Look at this. Look at this side kick. This is such a beautiful side. Boom. Sit down. Kick to the face. He grabs a chair. Catch chair. Front kick down. What? We're live. We're live. Beautiful. Hello. Happy Saturday, beautiful people. Shout out to everybody out there indoors on this Saturday night, working on something, chasing a dream, spending your free time, your weekend days, trying to get yourself one step closer to where you're meant to be. Not out just doing what everyone else tells you you should be doing right now. That's my people. Salute to you. I'm a live streamer now, guys. This is what I do. I'm committed. I believe it's the future, so I'm spending my free time here talking to y'all, talking to nobody currently, right? But right now it's not about talking to anybody. It's just about getting in the habit and learning how to use this awesome technology. You'll believe it when you see it. I know how it is. But I talk a big game, and I do it intentionally, right? I put all this out there in the world to make sure that I hold myself responsible and accountable. You got to have some sort of content that you're sharing. You are a conduit for what people should be paying attention to. The future is not education. It's not information. It's 2023. People are still trying to sell you a course. It's like, what? No one needs your course, man. We have YouTube. We have Instagram. We're connected to these coaches. 5 years ago, it was like, whoa, but now everybody knows. So the future is not selling people education. It's barely even selling them experiences, because there's so many experiences. It's proliferated. The future is distillation. The future is being a lens through which to channel people's attention, our most valuable resource in the world. So what is it you should be putting your eyes on? And it can't be just information. It's gotta be entertainment. That's the only, if you noticed, I've noticed, I pay attention to where my attention goes, and it's on a lot of dumb shit, if I'm honest. Like shit that just fills my soul. Like I'll watch people talk about anime for hours on YouTube. I'll watch a dude geek out about Star Wars just because I can feel his passion through the screen. These weird things. I got into Warhammer 40K. Do you have any idea how big the Warhammer 40K universe? You don't unless you do. And it's crazy. And you're gonna know soon, because Henry Cavill, the dude who was Superman, is about to bring it to the mainstream. And just like when I was with Marvel Comics as a kid, one of the only people talking about it, you're gonna be talking about it soon. It's what happens. I find something that resonates, and then eventually it makes its way into the world. So I thought I might as well cut out the middleman and just save you guys some time and show you the dopeness that you should be paying attention to. And what I mean by that is I was one of the first people I knew who was doing breath work, leading and facilitating transformational workshops. And now, I don't know about y'all, but in my world, everybody and their mama is a breathwork facilitator, which is beautiful. But it's a weird thing when you've been kind of a transformational hipster. You saw something early on. I knew it was going to be big, and here it is. So I have somewhat of a gift for just recognizing and spotting the next big thing. I don't know, just something calls to me and I follow it. I was the first person, who was flowing with the mace. I was the first 3 in Austin, Texas. Now there's hundreds. I was the first person to start rolling a rope, telling everybody to roll a rope, check out WEC Method. And I just saw WEC the other day at the On It HQ. Like, dreams are coming true. We're meeting legends, but it's like, I've been in this for a while, and I gotta keep innovating. Now that everyone else is catching up to where I've been, it's like we gotta be on the forefront, and this is it. So we're gonna make it a thing. So what I want to talk about today primarily is the distinction between love and loyalty. I wasn't always spiritually aware, let's just say that. I wasn't always conscious. I grew up brainwashed by gangster rap on some wannabe thug shit. I don't know if you can relate. I was from the Bay. If you know, you know. Like, we was gigging, we was popping thizzles, we was doing all sorts of crazy dumb shit. But there was something in that, like a deep essence that I feel like is almost more true than a lot of what I see in the spiritual community. Like, gangster rappers, they have a code of ethics and a truth that is so much more real than most of the bullshit you see in the conscious community, right? Like this love and light and turn the other cheek, but sometimes you gotta ride or die for your people. Sometimes you gotta be willing to stand up for what you represent. and not just turn the other cheek, not just let it go. So I remember this rap song, man, Blast Holiday. I think this guy's in jail now. He was one of these Oakland rappers linked up with HD, these grimy dudes, but I used to, you know, that's what we were into. And he had this line in this rap song where he said, keep your love, I'd rather have your loyalty. Fuck sending pictures, chip in on the lawyer's fee. Keep your love, I'd rather have your loyalty. Fuck sending pictures, chip in on the lawyer fee. Don't send me pictures after the fact. Try to stop me from having, you know, anyway, the message, I think, that resonated in that was deeper than just the lyrics at the time is something I really want to speak about. Like, we have this concept of love is almost like the ultimate ideal, but well, I'll just read you what this quote that I saw today inspired in me. Mr. Producer in this thing. Mr. Producer, if you know, you know. All right, so one of the girls in my group just asked, is there such thing as being too loyal? Thoughts? Think about that for a second. Is there such thing as being too loyal? It's an interesting thing to consider. And it really spun me off into thought. And as we're scrolling through some of these responses, I'll let you guys take a second to think about yours, what your answer to that would be before I tell you what I think on it. Is there such a thing as being too loyal? When a woman asks if she's being too loyal, it just means she is allowing her own needs to not be met. I think it is false conflation. She is trying to equate self-harm with virtue, but it can be fixed. Do you see how this can get kind of complicated, especially when we're talking about in relationships? How much of yourself do you sacrifice? Oh my God, we can't show my response. All right, we'll read my response. I think this is how I like to think about it. Loyalty to intention has no limits. Loyalty to concepts or individuals is limited by the contracts of soul and God. So what I mean by that is when you declare an intention, you must be loyal to that intention to the brink of your capacity, right? But when you create loyalty to individuals, it's so multidimensional because, you know, you can't sacrifice yourself for another because that's not being true to the intentions you set originally. You can't compromise the intentions of your soul in order to stay loyal to somebody else. And at the same time, if you're in a pact with another man and you say, we're in this ride or die, like, you got to stand behind that, even at the cost of yourself, your life, everything you hold true. There's something about the principles of your word and your bond. It's that gangster spirituality, you know, it's like peace and love, but also I'm willing to die behind mine. And I think there's a warrior truth in that I think it's fascinating. We have this idea of love, but I'm just going to read you as a few more before I tell you my thoughts. Wives receive loyalty and real blessings from God when they remain loyal to their husbands. Choices to shortcuts and quick money amount to real slavery, hatred, and pain in the afterlife. Remain loyal to myself and God. Yeah. So a lot of this is in reference to relationships. There's no such thing as being too loyal. Simply you're loyal or you're not. There is no in between. Loyal or unfaithful. End of story. Now this got really interesting to me because as I was thinking about being loyal to your own personal intentions or being loyal to your own commitments or whatever you're being loyal to, there really is no gradient of loyalty. There is either loyalty is binary. You're either loyal to it or you're not loyal to it. You can't be partially loyal. And I think that distinguishes loyalty from love quite a bit because love has degrees, right? Like you love your best friend a little bit more than the stranger. You love your child more than more than anything else in the world, right? You love the people you know more than people you hate. You love the people you agree with more than people you don't. You could say you can love people different amounts in different days, right? It can vary. And people say love is infinite, but really if it's infinite, then you shouldn't care anymore for your own child than a random 80-year-old man who's on the other side of the ideological spectrum. Everybody's life should be absolutely equal, and that's just not the case. That's just not reality. We have an inclined bias to care about certain things more than others, and that's probably for the best. But without getting into that, I think that distinguishes loyalty from love is loyalty is a yes or a no. It's a did you do it or did you not? Whereas love is like, I love you, but I love you and I love you. And, you know, I can say I love you, but I'm not going to stand behind you when I see you're making the wrong choice. Loyalty is standing behind you even though you are making the wrong choice. Isn't that a deeper form of love? And people say, no, you're not loving, you're not giving them the tough love they need, right? But I think tough love is another form of loyalty. Tough love is being so loyal to someone that you'll be loyal to them even against what they might think of you. The right question, are you a loyal person? Loyal to what? That's a great question. What are we talking about? Can you be too loyal, period? Or can you be too loyal to specific things, right? Like, you can be too loyal to your boss, I bet, you know? If he's not your friend and he's just your employer, you don't want to give your life, you could definitely be too loyal there. There's definitely specific situations where you can be too loyal. Can you give too much love? No, I don't know if you can give too much love. But you can betray your loyalty. You guys see what I'm saying? It feels to me like loyalty is almost a more solid, higher order form of love. Because loyalty is not based on feelings, it's based on an obligation, and it's like a mature form of love. It's not a swaying form, but it's like a solid form. It either holds or it crumbles, whereas love sways, you know, and it may be an infinite thing, but we didn't distribute it evenly, right? Just because it's infinite doesn't mean it can be evenly distributed, right? And that's a mistake I think some people make. They think just because love has no limit means that everybody can be loved the same, and that's not the case. Like, for example, and this is why loyalty to intention is more specific than loyalty to individuals. If you are loyal to a leader, but then you see that the leader betrays the cause, it's not disloyalty to the leader, because your loyalty, if you turn against that leader, it's because they are no longer leading in the direction that you were loyal to. So your intention was not to an individual, but to a direction. And although while love distributes unevenly, it's also something that we can give out a little bit more cheaply. Like, our loyalty has an innate value to it. We're not loyal to everybody. We're loyal to people who deserve it. Loyalty is a matter of knowing your boundaries. It's about knowing who you let inside your boundaries. Love is boundless, right? And although, yes, there is layers and degrees to which love can be directed, loyalty is the more like distilled, valuable essence of the end range of that love, right? That's at least how I'm thinking about it. It seems like a higher order to the concept of love. It's like once love is deeply distilled, it turns into loyalty. It's like once love is deeply distilled with clear commitments and directions, it turns into loyalty. But also, it's like, what are you loyal to? Because if you're thinking about the Nazis in Nuremberg, like, should they have been maybe more loyal to their own truth? Maybe a little bit more loyal to their heart and to love, to turn away from. It's a deep subject, man. I would love to hear somebody else kind of get into this with me. At advanced levels, loyalty becomes fealty, which could be seen as unconditional love. I could see that, right? If you're truly loyal to someone fully, you become almost in service to them, and then that is a form of that is like the truest form of unconditional love. Loyalty has boundaries that are defined, that can't be crossed, otherwise you move into not loyalty, whereas love is boundless. It aims to be unconditional. Loyalty is inherently conditional. This is some of the most powerful 2 minutes in television right here.
But it's not like it makes you feel. This is not a feeling of like, this is not a desirable feeling.
No.
But it's a feeling that every single human being will experience, one way or the other.
It is.
Yo, so if you don't know, this is Midnight Gospel, which is one of the best shows ever produced ever. Duncan Trussell, one of my favorite comedians and podcasters, he had these conversations and that he somehow turned into a cartoon and got them animated. And man, it really hits you deep. This stuff is some of the most profound discussions put to ridiculous animations I've ever seen. And this is the episode on death. And he's actually talking to his mother in this episode, if I'm not mistaken. So it makes all the emotion he's feeling like real because his mother is close to dying. It's like, imagine that, having that conversation with your mother close to dying. And this is what it sounds like.
People really try to avoid the consideration that they are going to die and that people they love are going to die. It opens your heart. It breaks your heart open.
Yes.
You know, our hearts have been closed because we've closed them. We've defended ourselves against pain. And this opens them.
Does opening your heart always just hurt, or are you just in a constant state of...
No.
I thought this was pretty cute. Tell me what you think about this. Mwah. Look at his state shift. Ain't that like some primordial power of the feminine and the masculine, right? Like he gets bonked and his immediate, like, you know, child reaction is, oh my God, it hurts, I want to cry. And the girl gives him a kiss and you feel his like inner stoicism just come online. Instantly the pain sheds away and he's like, I'm fine, I'm strong. That is like the distilled magic of the masculine and the feminine in a 5-second clip of toddlers interacting. Look at that. Bonk. My eye. And kiss it, make it all better. He's like, oh shit, oh yeah, no, I'm good, girl. So no worries, yeah, She turns away. He goes, that kind of did hurt though. But we're gonna watch some John Zerka, man. I'm tired of hiding the truth. This guy is the most offensive person you're gonna find on the internet, but I like him, man. I think he's funny.
They died when they doubted
He's
God.
misogynist. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel anybody. Stop canceling people. Let people be funny and ridiculous and stupid.
2023, you guys are going to do big things with your lives.
Jean,
It's pretty simple. You just do the back to basics. You just do
John
the basics.
Zerka's
You know
life
what you have
advice
to
that
do.
will change your life.
And
Let's do
remember,
it. Let's watch it.
this is how the ancients would see this too. They talked about this. This is you, okay? 2023.
This is live stream. See, I'm taking notes. This is a live streamer who's about to blow up, and I've been watching what he's doing. And
this is the biggest trap you've had your
it's
whole
nothing
life.
crazy.
Okay.
It's just entertaining, and this is where people's
This is
attention
you.
goes.
Here, this is your brain on.
But
Zerka.
what's interesting about it is it needs to
See
get
that guy who DM'd me? He's like, anytime
you
I see
somewhere.
you
It's
on
got
my
to
feed,
make you
I
better.
just say, shut the fuck up out loud. I don't know why. Like anytime I see you,
This guy's
anytime I see your
offensive?
face or you post something, I'm like, well, you got to get that checked, bro. What the fuck? I tweeted that.
This guy's offensive. He's ridiculous. I'm not even saying he's the smartest dude out there, but he is entertaining and he makes you want to be better. Those are the two things you need. You need to be entertaining and you need to make people want to be better, because if you don't make people want to be better, then they're wasting their time listening to you. And if you're not entertaining, then they're not going to waste their time listening to you. So look at this, the brilliance behind this explanation being comedic, ridiculous, but also like genuinely inspiring information that, at least for me,
now check this
resonates.
out.
I'm trying to
This
take
is
over
you.
the world, right?
Right?
Right.
And this is your idea and what your dreams, let's say, your dreams in your head. They're internal, actually.
And my production is way better than this guy already.
And then
got
here is the outside world. We'll call it feelings, right? We'll make it something gay like pink. Okay? This is the outside world. Damn it. This is the outside world penetrating your mind. I feel tired. I feel lustful. I feel gluttonous. I feel greedy. I feel... Right? Because you're on your phone scrolling. Now, these thoughts of, let's go party. Shut the fuck up. What is that? That's like... Okay. Well, no. These outside thoughts, right? These feelings you have. Feelings are reacting to these outside external, like the mental plane, right? Let's say girls, okay? Your dream is to pop off, but your desire, right? Your external desire is girls, right? Something in the real world is making you feel lonely. You're like consuming media that is telling you you're a fucking loser, you're lonely, you're gonna die alone, and so you think of girls and get distracted, or it could be anything. And it's really about realizing this stuff is useless. This external stuff. Don't react to it by drinking and doing stupid shit. Just go back to your dream. You know, you look at any successful person, they just keep going back to their dream, right? You add the bricks. They're like brick layers, right? Look at that. You add the bricks.
It's kind of genius. It's kind of genius.
And then you
I'm
stop
entertained.
because you want to talk to some fucking bitch. Hey, yo, bitch. No. You've done that already. That's why you're depressed. Just keep adding bricks. Keep adding bricks. Keep adding bricks. And then one day you slip up and you do go out with a bitch and all you can think about is bricks. As she's talking, you're at the table and all you can think about is bricks and bricklaying. And then you go, well, maybe if I pipe her, this feeling's going to go away. You pipe, bang, 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 bang. I nutted. I'm sorry, babe. And then you're like bricked up. You finish that. And then you're just in bed and she's talking stupid shit. And you're back to thinking of your dreams. Now, you can go the road of staying with her, but eventually she picks up on the fact that your dreams are being substituted by her. And she goes, I actually want a guy who has dreams, chat. And chat goes, oh, but I put them on pause for you. And she goes, yeah, I don't want that. I thought I did. And the guy goes, oh. And the saddest moment here is when you go back to laying bricks after this moment, it doesn't feel good to lay bricks anymore.
I mean, the sheer brilliance of being able to tell this story, make it hilarious, using nothing but circles and squares, and honestly, he's hitting on some like deep truth that, I don't know, I've experienced this. I've put my dreams to the side before for a lady and felt like I lost her because of that, and then afterwards felt the struggle of it being hard to go back into your dreams, into your kingdom building, because you're so caught up in the love that you had. And it's this interesting paradox. I make sure that my girl now, we talk about this constantly. It's like, girls want comfort, and everything we do is to provide them comfort. But oftentimes we need to sacrifice to get that comfort. And oftentimes spending time with them is the sacrifice we need to make in order to get the comfort that we are only seeking for their sake. It's this very interesting paradox, but he's speaking to it brilliantly and hilariously. And I'm taking notes, man. I'm trying to be as entertaining while inspirational as this.
When you're off that momentum.
It's a high bar. I know. I'm really...
Because you've lost identity now that she's not a part of your life, right? You've lost identity. You're kind of confused. And then you dream of the days where laying bricks was fun for you. You dream about that. And you go, damn. And then over some time, over some, working on yourself, the bricks start to be fun again, right? And then your buddies say, hey, let's go to the club. And you get distracted again and again and again. What you don't realize is when this brick laying process ends, well, what you have then is you have a castle. And bitches love castles, so you're going to have 30 of them to choose from.
Yeah.
They don't like the cold world. They want to be in the castle.
They do love castles.
They want to be with the king.
They do love castles.
So now you have a bunch of them. You understand? Sounds like you.
I understand.
Oh man, dude. I remember 21 years old crying like this. Tear down my face.
And what's interesting is I think all men have experienced this. I don't think this is a unique thing that he's pointing to. This is like the quintessential masculine quandary. It's like what men have to figure out if they're going to make it where they're meant to be, to make it where they're trying to go. And not everybody is going to be a king with their castle, but if you want to be, you're going to face this process. And it's worth doing. You're going to face the hardship. You're going to face the breakdowns. It's going to hurt. And sometimes that's exactly what's going to give you the strength to actually get there.
I don't want anyone but my high school sweetheart. This makes so much sense to me. This is the only girl. But really, it's like, what a fucking weird life it would have been if I stayed with her. I doubt I'd be doing. I doubt I would have had $1 to my name, really.
So the book, I spent like 6 months grinding my face off. This is not the one. Just staring at this book. And then I had a little break where I went to High Vibe Fest, facilitated a workshop out there. Shout out to Equanimous. I really appreciate getting brought in, the recognition, the opportunity. It's really special to me. It's a really big part of what I'm looking to bring to the world. And then I had EDC. If you know me, you know EDC is like my once every year, 2 years, hedonic calendar, big peak blast off, pray to God, reset, recalibrate, planned experience. I like to do it with intention. I'm somewhat of a rave shaman, if you haven't heard. So that was a big shift in my life. I spent a long time working, grinding, and then I had this break, and I'm just coming back. I'm reintegrating. I'm getting my habits back in place. I've been redialing my diet and getting my training killing it and getting in the best shape that I've ever been in my life, which is step one, always. And giving myself a little space from this book so I can breathe a little bit. I mean, check it out, y'all. This is a lot of chapters and a lot of pages. It's about 240 pages at the moment. And now it's version 1 is done, and I have yet to even begin the actual process of getting this thing into your hands. I got to now go through and edit. I got to format it. There's a lot that goes into creating a book that you don't think about, right? Like the formatting. Whoever thinks about formatting? So I'm going to get back to that in like a week. But right now I've been really focusing on the live streams, getting used to this. I want to get in the habit of just speaking into the void, because I know it to be true that in the future, someday soon, this is going to be what, how we connect, how we spread messages, how memes proliferate. It's the future of virality. It's like we want to be in it real time with each other together. That's what it's all about, right? And thanks to this technology, we can. Very few people are doing it though, so I'm like, I get a jump start. You guys might not know this about me, you may not recognize it, but I have been on the forefront for damn near a decade.
But first, what is flow?
What is flow?
I want you to remember for a second the last time you were hyper productive and totally absorbed in what you were doing. That was flow. Now, flow is a state of consciousness that makes work feel effortless. You've experienced flow, perhaps when you were riding a bike, surfing a wave, making music, singing, dancing, maybe working on a big project. Many of humanity's greatest accomplishments have happened in this state of flow.
Flow is a way of life, baby. It's a way of being. That's why I go by Mateo Flows, because it started off with writing raps and finding the flow state that was within a freestyle to now flowing with steel maces and putting together different body movements into different flow patterns and working on to tutting combos and developing new pathways. Flow is the key, and I really love the way they're represented in here.
Alex Honnold in the movie Free Solo was in a flow state when he summited El Capitan with no gear. Sam Altman and his team at OpenAI, when they were coding ChatGPT, which has already changed the world, were deep in flow while doing it. When Marie Curie did her...
You know what I love about this guy's explanation is essentially every great thing that has ever happened is a result of flow. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. This kicks some ass. We got to watch this. All right. Whoa. We got to break this down. Okay. So this is some of the most kick-assery karate, kung fu, real life shit I had ever witnessed in my life. This girl is the true definition of what martial arts can do. Watch this. Oh my God. So this guy tries to put a hand on her. She immediately sweeps the wrist and grabs an overhook to lock that arm down. And then 2 strikes in the face. He tries to push her. All right, boom. He tries to throw a shot. She punches him twice. Okay, whoa. This guy, he sits up, the friend, the homie. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to get this girl. And she side kicks him back in his seat. Look at this. Look at this side kick. This is such a beautiful side. Boom. Sit down. Sit the fuck down. Oh, he gets pissed. He tries to, he lunges at her and hot smack kick. He runs away, comes back with a chair. She catches it and front kicks him back to the ground. Oh, we got to watch that one more thing. That's so good. Overhook. Bop, bop. 2 shots to the throat. He's stunned. Side kick. He gets back up. Block. Kick to the face. He grabs a chair. Catch chair. Front kick down. What? Come on. Come on, waitress. The world kicks ass, man.